The difficult but necessary choice, disinheriting with intention and integrity. My name is Leon Jones Jr., and I am the managing attorney here at Big Rock Legacy Law Group. Today, I want to talk about something that is deeply personal, emotionally charged, and often avoided: the act of disinheriting someone from your estate. It's not easy, it's definitely not pleasant, but sometimes it is necessary. Now, my goal is not to convince you to disinherit anyone, but to help you understand the why, when, and most importantly, how, should you find yourself facing this difficult decision. So, let's begin with the why. There are many reasons someone might choose to disinherit a family member or potential heir. Sometimes it's because of estrangement, when years of distance have turned a once close bond into something barely recognizable. Oftentimes, it stems from repeated betrayals, abuse, or a pattern of toxic behavior that simply can't be ignored. In some cases, it's about protection, protecting an heir from themselves, especially if addiction, financial irresponsibility, or criminal behavior is or has been involved. And in a few cases, it's not about punishment at all. It might be about equity. You may have already supported one child or loved one financially throughout their life, while another has struggled or received very little. In those cases, disinheritance isn't about rejection, it's about fairness. It's about seeing the whole picture. But here's the truth: the why must be clear in your heart, because without that clarity, the decision can haunt you and possibly tear your family apart. Now, let's talk about the when. The decision to disinherit is not one to be made in a moment of anger or frustration. It's not a punishment to hand out in the heat of the moment. Time and reflection are your best allies here. Consider counseling, family conversations, even legal or financial mediation. See if reconciliation is possible. Exhaust all of your options if the relationship is still important to you. But after reflection, and if your decision still remains firm, then the right time to act is now, when you're healthy, competent, and full of control of your estate planning. Waiting until later, hoping things might change or simply avoid discomfort, often results in confusion, contested wills, and hurt feelings among those who are left behind. There's also a practical angle here. The earlier you make your wishes known, the more legally sound your estate plan will be. Courts are more likely to uphold your decisions if they can see that you were thoughtful, intentional, and mentally competent when you made the decision. So that brings us to the how. Disinheriting someone is not as simple as omitting their name from your will or your trust. In fact, doing only that can invite legal challenges. A child or close relative who is left out without explanation might argue that you forgot them or that someone else influenced your decision. This can create a costly and painful probate battle. Instead, be specific. You don't need to go into detail or cast any blame, but you do need to be clear. You can include a statement in your will such as, "I have intentionally chosen not to provide for my son or my loved one, and this decision is made of my own free will." That one line can make all the difference in protecting your estate and your legacy. You should work closely with an estate planning attorney who understands your state's laws. In some places, children have a legal right to part of an estate unless clearly disinherited. In others, spouses can't be disinherited without very specific legal agreements, such as a prenuptial or postnuptial contract. And while you may not owe anyone any explanation, Leaving a personal letter or ethical will, something that speaks from your heart, can sometimes bring peace and understanding after you're gone. It's not a legal requirement, but it can soften the blow and prevent resentment and festering into long-term family conflict. Call us here at Big Rock Legacy Law Group. We can help you through this process to make sure it is done right and done with care.